Hey, I'm Mac. Welcome back to my channel. So we're gonna do a reaction video today. We're gonna watch some fast facts that we need to know from the MONAT memes page, MoFam memes. All right. So I hope you brought your fucking pencils and paper so that we can learn today. All right. Let's go.
Hello! I promise I have not forgotten about the main purpose of this page. I know it is for memes, and I am about to go and sit down and just do a bunch of creating for the memes because I need to get caught up. I've just been on a roll with building my personal business, helping my team, and the balance as my team grows and also as the memes page grows, the balance is getting tricky, but I promise I've not forgotten about memes, and I'm going to spend the rest of the day making
It takes you the rest of the day to make a few memes? Jesus Christ.
some more. So more memes are coming, I promise. But I just did a live on my personal page, loved how it went, so I want to share these fast facts with you that will help you market your business and just help people realize what makes MONAT different. One, don't forget your scalp is aging 12 times faster than your body skin.
What? But my scalp is aging 12 times faster than the rest of my body skin. What? Where did she get this from? Like, is it... What? This scalp is aging 12 times faster than your body skin. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, I know that like your face ages like cosmetically in terms of how it looks, ages faster than the rest of your body skin because like your face gets more UV exposure and stuff, but like your scalp doesn't get more UV exposure. Your scalp is covered by your hair. That's why your scalp is usually a lot lighter than the rest of your skin. Like your scalp's probably fine. This is news to me. I had no idea. All right, guys, we just learned that our scalp ages 12 times faster than the rest of our skin.
Faster than your facial skin. People need an anti-aging skincare routine to help their scalp age gracefully. They need an anti-aging hair care routine. Their scalp is aging. I turned 25 in December. My scalp will turn 30. 300. Sorry. My scalp will turn 300 in scalp years.
Her scalp is 3. Wow. I mean, here I was thinking that there's never been a human scalp alive on Earth that was 300 years old. She has a living scalp of a human that is 300 years old. That's amazing. She should let them do studies on that. I mean, that's a major longevity breakthrough. I did not know any human skin had ever survived for 300 years. I've never heard of human skin living for 300 years, but it must be all the MONAT.
It's aging 12 times faster than the rest of my body. Anti-aging hair care is so important. Spanish 1, 2, please. Oh, I don't speak Spanish. I need to. My mom is fluent, and I've been trying to get her to do lives with me, but I'm...
It's okay. Don't worry, girl. I got you on this one. I'll translate for you. Ready? Digo puras pendejadas.
Sorry, I'm not fluent in any other language. But don't forget, scalps are aging 12 times faster than the rest of your body skin and 6 times faster than your face skin. That is reason enough for people to switch to MONAT and have an anti-aging hair care routine. Scalp... Yeah, so if you're 25, your scalp is 300 years old. That's crazy.
What? Like, she doesn't even like explain it. Like, what? Like wrinkles or like what the fuck is she talking about? Like how? Like who decided that it was 12 times and that it's faster than your facial skin?
So, the other thing you need to be able to market is is the importance of having sealed products. We all talk about, it's safe, it's better. Here are like legit reasons why having a seal is important. One, you can Google it. People have been putting Nair in shampoo. It's happened multiple times. It's horrible. It's disgusting. I don't know why people spend their time doing that. You need a seal. Having products shipped to you rather than buying products that have spent time on a shelf is also not great. Not only does it prevent people from tampering with it, it prevents mold, bacteria, other things from getting in your products because they're not sitting on a shelf. A seal is also going to guarantee...
Sitting on a shelf does not cause contamination. Can we just put that out there? Like, I've never seen a warehouse, which is where this would be shipped from, that didn't also have bacteria present. Like, that's not what causes contamination.
That you're going to get almost all those months before it expires for you to use your product. For MONAT, our products last a year on the dot. From my understanding, we have about 6 months to keep a product sealed, and then the second month, our Wi-Fi is hating me even though I have 3 full bars right now. The seal is going to guarantee that you get all 12 months of use out of your product. From my understanding, you can keep a product from MONAT sealed for about 6 months before you need to open it and use it, and you'll still get your 12 months in. But I wouldn't hold on to a...
Okay, is anyone else like super confused about this? So on the bottle, does it say 12 months from when it's opened or 12 months from when you get it? Because like what she just said didn't make any sense. Like she said that you have to open it after 6 months and then you get 6 more months after it's opened. But like, I don't understand. Like, couldn't you also keep it sealed for 9 months and then use the product for 3 months? Or like, does the seal make it go bad? Like, why? I don't understand this. Also, if a product has an expiration on it, like the expiration date on it is like, it has nothing to do with when you break the seal. It's not like perishable food where like once you've opened it, you have like a week to use it. Like if it's a several month expiration we're talking about, opening that seal is not going to make enough of a difference. So I don't know what the fuck she's talking about here. Like that's not how shampoos and cosmetics work. And I don't understand her logic with the opening of the seal, that you have to open it before 6 months to get the full 12 months? That makes no sense to me. I don't get that at all. Also, I've never heard of any cases of shampoo or conditioner being tampered with. And if it has happened, it must be like incredibly rare. I'm sure it has, but I've never heard of it being widespread enough for it to be that big of a deal, because it's probably like 1 in a billion, 1 in a million. Also, you would have to get like a hell of a lot of Nair into a shampoo for it to cause people's hair to actually come out, because you don't use shampoo the way you use Nair. And I don't know if any of you have ever used those hair removal creams or whatever, but if you just apply it and then rinse it out like you do a shampoo, it's not gonna work. Like you have to leave it on the hair for longer than you leave shampoo, and you have to use more of it than you would use of shampoo. Like a shampoo amount would not do anything with Nair. Like it's not that powerful. It's not MONAT.
Product longer than 6 months or so, and make sure it's still sealed. Because once you break the seal, that's when the 12-month clock starts. If people are buying products that are not sealed, they don't know when that expiration clock started. They don't know how much of that time was spent on a shelf and how much of that time...
Okay, because that's not how the expirations on other products work. Other products give you an absolute expiration. Like it would say like January 2022, which means like January 31st, 2022. Like, because it doesn't matter when the seal was broken or not. Like the seal doesn't do anything as far as like the expiration date. The seal is just a tamper resistant thing.
Is left for them to use the product before it expires and becomes less effective. That is why seals are important. Also, Also, we've all done it. We've all opened products at the store and smelled it. Put our
Speak for yourself, honey.
nose right next to it, next to a product that is going to go on someone else's body. No fault. We've all done it. That's kind of gross when you think about it, especially as we approach cold and flu season and are in the middle of a pandemic. The only nose you want by your...
I've never heard of someone getting coronavirus in their hair. That's not how colds and flu work. I mean, if she's gonna apply this logic, then what about people touching the bottle? What about anyone's nose that has been near any food that she's had? What about smelling food that they're picking out at the grocery store? I mean, where do you draw the line, girl? Like, oh my goodness. You're worried about people smell, like, going like... I mean, plus, like, you sniff in. Like, you don't, like, blow into the bottle. Like, if you're sniffing it, like, you just go... I mean... You're pulling air inward. Like, okay? Because, like I always say, I have a saying that I always say, when you suck more, you blow less. Alright? Just remember that.
Your own. I love not only that MONAT products are shipped to us, but they have a seal. So even if they're on a shelf in a salon somewhere, in a MONAT salon or whatever, no one's nose is going to be in it. That is so important, and a lot of people don't think about that. That's why a seal is important. To protect from people from tampering with it if it's on a shelf, to keep mold, bacteria, all that out, and to keep people's nose out of it.
That's not what the seal is for as far as bacteria and mold. That's what the lid is for. The seal is just for tampering. That all started after the Tylenol murders.
That's so gross. The only nose that needs to be by your products is your own. So, the seal is important. Yes, we all talk about that. But those are like fast facts as to
I love that, like, manufacturing employees and, like, warehouse workers are, like, not people to her.
why you actually need the seal. You can Google the Nair thing. I promise it's real. Oh. Next thing. Products that are not sealed most likely have extra preservatives in them to keep the product fresher for longer. It's part of marketing to make sure your products can survive on a shelf. Totally get it. MONAT
That's not part of marketing. That's part of formulation.
uses preservatives too. We just use naturally based, healthier preservatives.
All right, I don't know if I don't feel like that's honest. Okay, MONAT doesn't use any preservatives that are that different from other shampoos. Like the major preservative in MONAT shampoo is benzyl alcohol, which while benzyl alcohol does occur naturally in some plants, that's not where it's coming from when they're using it as a preservative in a cosmetic. It's coming from reacting benzyl chloride with sodium hydroxide. Like, it's just an organic chemistry reaction. And I don't think that's what people are thinking when you say natural preservative. Okay, like, salt is a natural preservative. CO2 is a natural preservative. Okay? Benzyl alcohol created from a synthesis from benzyl chloride and sodium hydroxide is not... I wouldn't call that a natural preservative. And furthermore, a lot of shampoos use that. Like, that's not unique to MONAT.
Unlike a lot of popular brands that use things like formaldehyde releasers as preservatives that literally release slow amounts of formaldehyde, a chemical used when embalming corpses, disgusting, a chemical used in the embalming process is released in your hair care products just to keep them on the shelf longer.
You're the one who says your scalp is 300 years old.
That is disgusting. MONAT not only has a seal to prevent the use and need of extra preservatives, we aren't on a shelf without a seal because the products that are probably have extra preservatives in them that are really harmful and really gross. So, not only are you buying gross products that are unsealed, people that are buying unsealed products are probably subjecting themselves to extra preservatives, which is disgusting. Your body and your 300-year-old scalp, or however old it is, does not need formaldehyde on it. It's not a corpse yet. It's still got a long life ahead of it. You don't need to put formaldehyde on your scalp. But when
There's nothing releasing formaldehyde onto you from your shampoo.
people are buying unsealed products, there's probably some extra preservatives in there. On top of that, with the ingredients, we all know our ingredients are naturally based. That's great. That's amazing. I'm going to give a little spiel about our dry shampoo and hairspray. It is not flammable because of the propellant that is used. On the back of both dry shampoo and hairspray, you will find an ingredient called tetrafluoropropene. I don't know if it'll focus, but it's the first one on the champ. Tetrafluoropropene. I believe it was developed by Honeywell, but don't quote me on that. But it has 0 net ozone impact. It's better for the environment.
All propellants that are legal these days have 0 net ozone impact. Like, that's been the case since, like, the Montreal Protocol. Like, come on.
Every time someone is spraying a dry shampoo or a hairspray with butane, propane, isobutane, one of those is contributing to greenhouse emissions and the ozone depletion.
No. Butane and propane do not contribute to ozone depletion. Chlorofluorocarbons, which have been banned for a long time, contribute to ozone depletion. Let me say it again. Butane and propane do not cause ozone depletion. That is a falsehood.
We don't mean to do it. It's just the chemicals that are found in a lot of popular brands. Save that stuff to cook your turkey at Thanksgiving. Don't cook your hair with that.
So, cook your turkey and cause greenhouse emissions, but, like, not a little spray of shampoo. I don't understand where she's going with this. Like, she's all over the place. Like, now she's, like, claiming it's, like, a health benefit, but before she was saying it was, like, environmentally friendly, but she's still saying to use those chemicals. I don't understand her logic here. It makes no fucking sense. Also, it just makes no sense at all.
Tetrafluoropropene. I don't care if people don't use MONAT shampoo or whatever. They're going to save the planet and their body by switching to MONAT dry shampoo.
Until they use the same fucking chemicals to make their turkey like you told them to. God.
Hairspray. Tetrafluoropropene is the reason our dry shampoos and hairsprays put out candles rather than make a fireball. It is the best ingredient, in my opinion, that makes MONAT different, because 90% of the other drugstore brands or other brands of dry shampoo, hairspray, whatever, most likely have at least 1 or 2 of those 3 horrible.
What do you mean 90% most likely? Is it 90% or is it not 90%? Because you're making a pretty big accusation here, especially since tetrafluoropropene is a pretty common propellant in cosmetics. Okay, so you are not remotely unique, but you're accusing the vast majority of other products of having it, but like it seems like you don't even know what you're talking about.
Ingredients. And it's not anyone's fault, but...
What are you talking... Yeah, it is.
I was reflecting and was like, I remember my mom telling me when I was getting ready for prom, you know, I was spraying hairspray and all that, and she was like, that's great, your hair looks good, but don't sit close to candles or your hair's gonna...
That's good advice.
Catch on fire. I remember thinking, oh yeah, that seems normal. That's not...
It is normal.
Normal. Your hair should not be subject to being a fireball when you go to dinner. It shouldn't.
Your natural hair can be caught on fire. Watch, give me a lighter.
This is the reason we can style our hair without having to worry about flames. Your hair shouldn't...
Girl, you need to worry about flames.
...be on fire anyway, but you shouldn't make it more combustible by putting flammable propellants on it.
Tetrafluoropropene is flammable as an aerosol, okay? I know what they're talking about because they're talking about the coverage of its use as a refrigerant, and as a refrigerant in those types of quantities where it's a much larger volume of liquid, it's a lot less flammable and basically non-flammable compared to other refrigerants. But when you're spraying it as an aerosol, that's very different. When you're spraying an aerosol of a chemical, it's going to be a lot more flammable, and tetrafluoropropene is still flammable especially when it's in an aerosol.
MONAT's styling products are the difference, not only for your body, but for the planet. 0 net ozone impact from our dry shampoos and our hairsprays. So important. So when you're talking about, oh, our stuff is not flammable, it's better for your body, that's the science of why. And I want y'all to start John's about to die. That's the science behind our dry shampoos and hairsprays, and I want you to start sharing that with people. Also, I just shared this on my personal page, and I want to share it with y'all. Our dry shampoos and hairsprays are labeled as flammable. It is not because of the ingredients. The ingredients themselves are not flammable. You've seen us put it on candles, whatever, and it goes out. It is because anything that is packaged as an aerosol or as a propellant in this, combustible container has to be labeled as flammable.
Oh, so the container is combustible. So, this whole time I didn't know that aluminum or stainless steel or whatever the fuck that is was combustible. Well, now I know. The more I know, I had no idea aluminum was so combustible. Of course it's talking about the propellant. It's talking about the fact that you have tetrafluoropropene in there as an aerosol. It's flammable.
Regardless if the ingredients are flammable or not, these containers can combust. With heat, you sit on it, I don't know, they can combust. They are flammable because of the way they are packaged, just like all dry shampoos and hairsprays that are packaged in a combustible bottle like this.
All flammable propellants that are packaged in an aerosol that makes them flammable.
The ingredients themselves are not flammable.
Yes, they are.
Calls you a liar for saying it's a non-flammable product, and then they see this on the back. You're not a liar. That's the reason why, from my understanding.
This just seems incredibly reckless, but whatever.
Yeah, it literally says, danger extremely flammable aerosol, because it is an aerosol bottle, not because of the
That's what I just said.
ingredients. That's important to know. Also, our dry shampoo doesn't have talc in it, which has been linked to ovarian cancer and some other things. I don't know why people would put talc in products. I guess it's a preservative or...
Talc is not a preservative.
I'm not sure helps absorb oiliness, but our stuff doesn't have talc in it either. That's important.
Does she not look this shit up? I don't understand.
The last thing that makes MONAT different, it's like the trifecta of the three, besides the seal and the ingredients, Leaping Bunny. A lot of people might hop off because you know all about Leaping Bunny, but for those that don't, here's why that's so important. According to my research, there is no federal regulation or accountability process for a company to label their stuff as cruelty-free without any verification. From my understanding, companies can label their stuff as cruelty-free without any accountability, and that's a little scary. I don't know why that is, and maybe I've missed something in my research. If you've seen a federal regulation or something that, holds people accountable to that, please send it to me. I haven't been able to find one. Leaping Bunny Certified is so important because it ensures that a third party, not MONAT scientists, not MONAT anything, a third party has certified that from ingredient extraction all the way to the time this product lands on my doorstep, that there were no animals harmed. Leaping Bunny certifies that for you. So if people are using products that are not Leaping Bunny certified, they either need to verify that it's cruelty-free, do the research themselves, or just switch to Leaping Bunny products because they've already done all that research for us. Super easy and so important.
Stop doing this! It's so annoying! God.
Another thing, and you can Google this because I don't remember my source on this, but I've read it, I promise it's out there. SLS, we all know, is one of the really popular sulfate ingredients that is in a lot of shampoos and conditioners. MONAT is free of the harmful SLS, all of that. So we don't have this ingredient in our products, of course, because it's horrible. But it's a very popular ingredient in a lot of shampoos and conditioners, especially drugstore ones. One of the popular ways that people test the ingredient SLS is by spraying it into the eyes of pigs. Yeah, they're pigs, but that breaks my heart. That's really icky and really sad and really gross. MONAT, of course, doesn't have that ingredient, but that's a really popular ingredient. And even if a brand has that ingredient and is labeled as cruelty-free, that could mean that maybe there's no animal byproduct in the product, but they couldn't verify the testing process. You just don't know. If something is not Leaping Bunny certified, you don't know the testing process, you don't know what goes on behind everything that takes the product to get it to the shelf. You just don't know. Leaping Bunny does that research for us. They ensure that MONAT is not harming animals. And we even test the dog shampoo and the deodorizing spray on humans. We don't even test that on dogs. That's how it should be. If it's safe for humans, it's going to be safe for dogs.
What? Oh yeah, actually, you know what? She's right. That's true. That's why when my dog has a nasty ache or pain, I give him a few Advil and a nice big bar of Baker's chocolate to cheer him up. Because if it's safe for humans, it's safe for a dog. For the love of God, that's kind of alarming for a veterinary product. I would not want to apply something to my dog that had not been tested on a dog. Okay, it's very different. It's not the same thing to say that a product isn't tested on animals when the product is intended for humans. That's not the same thing as putting out a dog product that has not been tested on a dog. I want to know that it's safe for a dog because let me just tell you, if a product is safe for humans, that does not mean it is safe for a dog. Not at all. Okay? Most medicines, a lot of skin irritants are not safe for dogs. A lot of products that are safe for humans are not safe for dogs. That is bananas. Please do not assume that something is safe for your dog just because it's safe for you.
Sure, there's other research that goes into it, the pH levels to make sure it doesn't, have a bad reaction to the dogs. But as far as I know, there's no animal testing involved. Because if it's safe for humans, safe for dogs.
No. That is the most bananas thing I've ever heard. No.
Leaping Bunny certified. A lot of brands out there are Leaping Bunny certified or have clean ingredients or have and if people just take a second.
Okay, so today we learned that your scalp can live longer than 300 years, and most of our scalps are over 300 years old. We learned that if it's safe for humans, it's safe for dogs. And we learned that you never have to worry about your hair catching on fire. So it was a pretty good video, huh? We learned a lot. Thank you, MoFam memes. All right, I've been Mac. Have a good week. Peace out. Bye.